Hey, so this is the second video in my foundation review series that I'm doing, and today I'm reviewing the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick. So I review foundations in 7 categories. Number of shades, price, coverage, wearability, longevity, ingredients, and packaging. The foundation has 31 shades, which is pretty good in terms of most foundations. It's not the highest, but it's better than most. It has several darker foundations for deep skin tones, and I've used this foundation for a while because it is one of the first ones that I found that has a shade that's light enough for my skin color. It is a little pink, but it's very close, so that makes me happy. The price per ounce is pretty expensive. It's $148.36 per ounce. But stick foundations generally are more expensive, even ones you find at the drugstore, and you don't get as much product because they do go a long way. Next I want to talk about the coverage. This covers pretty well. Since it's a stick, it does have more pigment than a liquid, and you don't have to use as much product. It works almost like a concealer, like I've put it under my eyes and it does a pretty good job of covering. It doesn't cover everything. You can still see my pimple through my foundation a little bit, and these veins up here, and my freckles up top. But it does a pretty good job of coverage considering you don't have to use very much of the makeup. So I give it a 9 out of 10 for coverage, because it could do better, but I feel like if it covered any more, it wouldn't look as natural. So talking about how natural it looks, the wearability, it does kind of pile up in my dry spots. It kind of exaggerates those, like up around here or down in this area. So it's not as good as the last foundation I tried, the L'Oreal True Match, in terms of how natural it looks. So I'm just gonna give it an 8 because it still looks pretty natural. It's not cakey, and if your skin was any drier than mine, it wouldn't do as well. The ingredients, the only ingredients that are any cause for concern would be vitamin E, which can clog your pores, and ethyl hexyl palmitate, which can also clog your pores. So you just want to make sure you wash your face after you use it. Like, don't sleep in it, but that's the same for all foundations. So I give it a 9 out of 10 because there's no harmful ones. I'm going to talk about the packaging. Bobbi Brown comes in a stick, which I, for the most part, like. Doesn't make a mess. You can use all of the product. One thing I don't like about it though is that it does, like, once you touch it on your skin, if there's any bacteria on your skin, it's now in the foundation as well. So it's not contamination proof. So for that, it gets a 4 out of 5. So that's all I have to say for now. I'm going to be back in about 8 hours to show you how long lasting the foundation is. Hey, so it's the end of the day. You'll probably tell by the lighting. It's been 8 or 9 hours since I applied the makeup. So I was just gonna check in and show you how the makeup was wearing. It's wearing down a little bit on my nose where the most oil is, so I don't think this would be very long lasting for someone with oily skin. But everywhere else it's looking pretty much exactly the same as when I applied it. Overall, I'm going to give it a 9 on longevity. That gives Bobbi Brown's foundation stick a total score of 76.57%. Here is the list of it compared with the other foundations I've reviewed. So overall, this one is the best foundation I've tried, even with the increased price. So it's a really good foundation. It might not last all day if you have oily skin, but if you powder, it would probably be fine. I didn't powder my face. So yeah, that's my final review. I hope this was useful. Bye.